Hello and welcome to Management Accounting. This lecture is relevant to you if you have chosen ACCA F2 exam or if you've chosen FIA exam of FMA. So as I said, this is paper F2 of ACCA and its name is Management Accounting. You know it. Although its name is Management Accounting, but most of the bits and pieces which we will be dealing in this paper are relevant to the cost accounting portion of management accounting. You might not know it at this level, that difference between cost accounting, financial accounting and management accounting, but you don't have to worry about it. Simply, cost accounting is one portion of management accounting. So we will be dealing with that. Before we move to this introductory lesson, I would also want to tell you about how you can get most out of this lecture. These lectures are absolutely free. You can download it and you can watch it on our website, although you will have to buy a textbook and a practice and revision kit with that. Now, textbooks, there are quite many in the market. You can buy from Kaplan, BPP and get through guides, and there could be many more as well, which are approved learning providers. But please buy from approved learning providers. I would recommend you should buy from BPP. So you should buy textbook and a practice and revision kit. The topics which I will be telling you here will be more than enough to clear the points and clear the topics. So we will cover each and every bit of the syllabus, but you will have to go through the textbook to read, just to read what you have learnt here in this lecture. And after that, you will also need to practice questions which you can buy, which you can do on practice and revision kit. And practice and revision kit is very, very important for appearing for exams, because you are new to this qualification. You might not know it, because when you take the lecture and you study the textbook, and you might be thinking that it's all right, no need to do the practice on the practice and revision kit because I am confident on this specific topic. You might feel that way, but in most cases, when you go to the practice and revision kit and see the questions, then you might think, I don't even know it. What shall I do? So the more you practice, the more confident you become on the exam, and obviously for the big day, exam day, when you will have to pass that exam. This exam is a cost accounting exam, and although its name is management accounting, as I earlier said, this paper is very, very crucial, especially at this level, knowledge level. Now, if you have come through a FIA qualification, you might have studied a little bit of cost accounting and management accounting. But if you have chosen ACCA and this is your first exam at ACCA, then you might not know it. But although, because you came to this level, you might have studied a little bit accounting at your earlier studies. Even if you haven't studied, you don't have to worry about. Still, we will take this paper from the scratch. So I will tell you each and every bit of accounting, because I know that how it is like when you first see accounting. So let me also tell you the relationship of this paper with other exams of ACCA and importance of this exam in overall ACCA curriculum. Because you will get a diploma after passing this knowledge level, you will get a diploma from ACCA. So this paper is very, very crucial if as far as a diploma is concerned. But overall, this paper has relation with other exams as well. Now let me tell you what are the relationship of this exam. Now this is F2, or if we talk about from the perspective of FIA, it is FMA. It's exactly the same thing. So this paper is management accounting. What is its relationship with other exams? Now if you have come through FIA qualification, there were two exams of FMA. There were FA1 and FA2, I think, at FIA level. So there were two exams which you have already studied if you come through FIA qualification, which was relevant for this exam. However, forget about the past. We are moving forward, so we'll need to see that what are this paper's relation with other ACCA exam which we have to pass in the future, right? So this exam is a cost accounting paper, although it is a cost accounting paper, but it has relationship with next exam of management accounting, which is F5, performance management. Now this exam is purely management accounting. we will be dealing with things like decision making, which you will probably see a little bit here, but not much. So we'll see in detail when we move to the F5. I hope you will pass this F2 exam, and we will see you in F5 as well. So this relationship between these two exams is that a step forward is F5 of F2. So when you pass this exam, and you will see most of these things in F5 next. Right? Now after F5 there is another paper as well, which is not compulsory, but you may choose this paper. It is P5 paper, which is advanced paper. It is optional paper. You may choose, you may not choose. It's totally up to you, but this is also part of ACCA qualification. Now if we forget about this paper, right, assume this paper does not exist at all. Now if we forget about that paper, P5, these are only two exams of ACCA which are relevant for management accounting. So I hope that you would appreciate the fact that these are very, very crucial according in the overall ACCA curriculum, because this will be the only paper which is about management accounting in overall ACCA. Because this is optional paper, you can be an ACCA member and affiliate without passing P5. You may choose any other exam, P4 say for example, or P6 or P7. So that's why we'll have to concentrate much on this one. You'll have to take good grades in FMA or F2 so that you can feed the new knowledge easily in F5 level. If you are stronger in this paper, it will be easier for you to learn new things at F5 and pass the F5 paper easily. This paper, F2, is not much difficult paper because it is just CBE and it is a knowledge level exam. But F5 is a skills level exam, and most of the students, although they can pass easily, they can pass F2 easily, but they struggle to pass F5 because they have not studied well at F2. They were not concentrating well in F2, so that they struggle in F5 exam. So that's why this lecture and this exam itself is very, very crucial to help you pass not only F2 but F5 as well. It will be easier for you. The more stronger you are in F2, you will have to do less hard work in F5. Right? So shall we talk about the syllabus template? Now F2 paper is called management accounting, as I said. Although its name is management accounting, I am saying again and again because you must know the difference between cost and management accounting. Although its name is management accounting, but most of the things which we will be dealing at this level will be relevant, will be relevant for cost accounting exam. Right? So most of the bits and pieces, most of the topics which you will see will be relevant for cost accounting paper. This is the only paper where we see much of cost accounting. We'll see a little bit of cost accounting at F5 as well, but this paper deals much of management accounting aspect. Right? So shall we see the topics then? First topic is called nature, scope and purpose of management information. We can just write it down as purpose of management information. So this topic name is purpose of management information. There are 5 topics in total, and this is the first topic, the purpose of management information and nature and source as well. In this topic, there will be few things to examine. There will be few chapters as well. So this topic is dealing more of theory aspect of this exam, not much of calculation. This is purely theory. So we will first see what management information is, why we need it, how can we get the information, what are the sources available and all that. When we are confident on this one, when we are competent on using the management information and we know the sources and types, then we can move forward and see the classification and all the other bits and pieces. Right? Now the second topic is called techniques of cost accounting. we can write it down, techniques of cost accounting or cost accounting techniques, whichever way you prefer. So cost accounting techniques are the techniques which we need to use to calculate the cost of a product which we are going to sell. Say for example, my business is relevant for making cars. So if I am making cars, I have a factory, so I need to determine the cost of what I am selling. So I am selling the car for say £10,000, but I need to determine how much I am making it for. There will be lots of expenses involved in making it. There will be labor, there will be factory overheads, there will be there will be materials as well. So there could be many costs involved in it. So we need to see that what sort of techniques can we use to determine the cost of what we are selling. So we will see lots of techniques of cost accounting in this topic when we move to that topic. There will be few chapters in this. Now the list of these topics which I am writing down, these are just the topics, not the chapters. There will be few chapters in each topic. Right, so the third topic which is part of F2 is called budgeting. Now in budgeting, I hope that you know the word budget from your general knowledge, basic point of view. So budgeting is simply a plan, long-term plan. It could be financial, it could be non-financial. We'll see more in detail, but simply we will see the techniques used in budgeting. How can we make a budget? We'll start from a small budget and we'll make the master budget as well at the end. Then we'll see a little bit of difference between fixed and flex budgets. You don't know much about it, but we will see in details. You don't have to worry about it. We'll see in details each and every bit of budgeting. It is also not only calculation portion. It does not only consist on calculation. It also deals with a little bit of theory as well. So examiner could say, what is budget? Right? So you will have to write down. Really, there isn't any writing down in CBEs, but it can ask you to fill in the space and give you the appropriate. You have to give the appropriate answer. Fill in the blanks. Right? So budgeting basically is a long-term plan of finances. It could be non-financial as well. But we'll see in detail when we move to that specific topic. Right? So another topic is standard costing. Now standard costing is also a technique. Basically it deals with management accounting portion because we are dealing with the variances here. Now variances we will see in detail later. I'm saying again and again of each topic because definitely we're going to see it. But for now, standard costing is basically deals with the variances. Now what are the variance? Variance is simply variation. Variation from one simple circumstance to the another simple circumstance. So for example, if we make a budget and we see we were estimating in the budget that labor will cost us this much, but in actual terms at end of the year labor cost was it could be higher than what we expected, or it could be lower than what we expected. So that part, what is difference between actual and budgeted, is called simply variance in simple terms. I will explain more complicated scenarios later, but for now you should assume standard costing basically deals with what we expected that we will incur this cost, but in actual terms it could be higher or it could be lower. So difference between what we expected and what we incurred is simply standard costing or variances. So we'll see in details when we move to standard costing. There will be standard costing variances of everything. It could be material, labor, overheads and all that. We'll see later in details. Right? Last major topic is called performance measurement. The performance measurement also deals with the theory and calculations. Here we will see how we can measure the performance of our company. Say for example, if I am owner of the company, but I am not always present in the company, but someone else is working on my behalf and is managing my company, but I do not know it, that whether he's working according to my needs, if he's working excuse me, if he is working to maximize the profit of the company, or if he is working in his own interest. So how I can know it? I need performance measurement. I need some measures so that I can measure the performance of the guys who are managing my company, right? So we'll see in details that how we can measure the performance. There will be quite many ratios which are indicators. Say for example, my company has made a profit of say £100,000 in 1 year as compared to the 120,000 in last year. So although I have performed not much well as I performed last year, but there could be many reasons why did I underperform. There could be less labor this year, there could be shortage of material and all that. We'll see later when we move to that specific topic. But for now, performance measurement simply means I need some measures to measure the performance of my management. So we will do some calculations, and I will also explain other aspects, theoretical aspects of this performance measurement. Balanced scorecard, for example. So we will see later what is needed in performance measurement as far as non-financial measures are concerned, right? So these are the topics. As I said, these are 5 major topics. There will be also small minor topics as well. We will see when we move to that specific chapter. For now, this is FMA and F2 exam. As far as exam itself is concerned, most of you, I think, know it, that this is CBE exam. You could choose as PBE, but most of the students choose it as CBE. Even if you choose at CBE or PBE, the structure of the exam is exactly the same. So there are 45 questions, 2 marks each. It comes to 90 marks, and 10 questions, 1 mark each, and altogether 100 marks. Right? This is the structure of the exam. Now in 2 mark each, this section, examiner will be giving you a little bit complicated scenarios, and he could ask you to do this and to do that. But in this one, he will also say if it is true or false, or it will be simple, basic calculation, and you'll have to put some amount in the given space, right? But in this one, he'll give you a little bit more complicated scenarios, but they won't be too much complicated. Anyways, this one also, if he asks for theoretical aspect, true or false, he may ask for 2 marks as well. But if he is asking a question for 2 marks and it's the theoretical aspect, then he could say, tell me which one of these statements are true. He will give you 2 statements, then you'll have to say which one is right and which one is wrong. So you'll have to say, for example, statement 1 was right and the other statement was wrong. Right? So this was it, I think, and I will see you in the next lecture with first topic, which is purpose of management information. We'll also see the sources as well. Till then, goodbye, and see you later.